What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Priest Bay Area Metal Spotlight. And for today, I'm going to be talking about a band that was quite popular in the Bay Area thrash scene from, I don't know, like 1990 to 92. So really until they broke up. They were playing all the big shows. Well, they would play with lots of local bands like Epidemic and Wrecking Machine. A lot of shows with Epidemic. But they would also open for Violence and Forbidden. And they would get lots of national shows as well, like touring packages would come through town at the Stone or the Omni. And more chances than not, they would be the opening band. They caused quite a stir when they moved here from Vegas. They're transplants from Vegas. They moved here in '89. The band is the Horde of Torment. And what a kick-ass band. They put out a couple of fucking sick demo tapes in their short existence. Like I said, they moved to the Bay Area in '89. When they moved here, they were still called Pestilence. And I don't know if they changed their name because of the Dutch death metal band Pestilence, who had already toured the world by then and had albums out. So quite possibly they changed their name because of that. But I don't know for certain. But yeah, they changed their name to the Horde of Torment shortly after moving to the Bay Area. They played a few shows here under the name Pestilence. And this record is a compilation, really. It has the Product of a Sick Mind demo, which is a demo I fucking love. That's what turned me on to this band. I heard the tape before I saw them live, and I was like, holy shit. This is what a demo tape can sound like. That was probably the first pro demo tape I ever heard. Yeah, the recording was done really well. The playing, everything, the tones are all there. It still sounds like a demo, though. It still has the grit and dirt to it. It's not like over polished or anything like that, but there's a lot of clarity there. And for a demo tape, this is very, very good. So side A is that demo tape, and side B is the Pestilence demo tape called Infected. They recorded that in Vegas, and that's what they were promoting when they moved to the Bay Area. They were still like playing songs from that era. And that demo's great too. Definitely more along the lines of like Slayer era Hell Awaits, which I love. That's my favorite era of Slayer. But the demo's kind of rough sounding, and you can just tell that their songwriting definitely improved by Product of the Sick Mind. And this demo tape is more along the lines of like Violence and Slayer, and maybe some early Creator thrown in there. But yeah, just really fast, vicious thrash metal. Killer stuff. They actually put out another demo after this called Inherit the Sin, which was also pro as fuck. That was recorded at High Street Studios in San Francisco. The demo is called Inherit the Sin. That came out like in 91 or 90 or 91. And that one I don't like quite as much. I mean, it sounds great and it's super pro, but the songs are kind of more in the vein of like mid-era Testament, like Practice What You Preach or Souls of Black era Testament. So kind of like mid-tempo thrash. And nothing wrong with that. It's not bad, but I prefer the faster stuff on this and the Pestilence demo. Just more visceral, you know. But it's shocking they never got signed, because with this demo and the follow-up demo, Inherit the Sin, I mean, two pro killer sounding demos. Especially Inherit the Sin. That sounds better than some albums that came out, some thrash albums that came out at the time. But for whatever reason, they never got picked up. And then I think they even recorded a demo with Michael Rosen after that, a 2-song demo maybe. And that's a big deal. At the time, Michael Rosen was a very sought-after Bay Area thrash and just metal producer in general. He worked with Vicious Rumors and Defiance and all kinds of bands. And he got really good sounds out of every band he worked with, including Horde of Torment. And when he produced their demo, everyone assumed they were getting signed right away, but it didn't happen. It may have been too little too late, maybe, because thrash metal was kind of dying when the Inherit the Sin demo came out and the Michael Rosen demo. Like, the world was looking to grunge and things were changing. So it may have been just too late for them. But I guarantee you, if these demos came out a few years earlier, they would have gotten signed, along with Epidemic, who got signed to Metal Blade Records. But killer stuff. The guys in the band kind of vanished to obscurity. the singer Kevin actually is in a Nirvana tribute band nowadays. He does the Kurt Cobain, and he's already a left-handed bass player, so he's got most of the battle conquered right there. But apparently he does a great job. And guitarist Aru Luster, he's the one that did the most after Horde of Torment broke up. A few years after they broke up, he ended up at Machine Head, and he plays on 2 albums of theirs. He plays on The Burning Red and Supercharger. So he was in the band for a few years. In fact, his first show with Machine Head was at this tiny club in San Francisco called the Cocodrie, and Old Grandad opened the show. Actually, we supported it. I think the opening band was Inhalant. But we played that show, and that was a wild fucking scene, man. And seeing Kerry King on that tiny stage of the Cocodrie was a trip. Very, very wild stuff. But since Machine Head, Aru was in the band Il Nino, like a new metal band that was quite popular for a while. And he still might be in that band, but he's currently in a band called Lions at the Gate, and they'll be opening the Death Angel U.S. tour coming up in November, December, the Act 3 35th anniversary tour. So it'll be cool to reconnect with him again, and yeah, I'm glad to see some of the guys are still playing music. But yeah, Horde of Torment never got their moment in the sun, if you will. They were like big fish in the Bay Area thrash pond, but never really branched out beyond that because they never got signed. But you should check these demos out. They're fucking killer. This record's hard to find, I'd imagine. I mean, it's on a label I never heard of called Bucher Records from France. And I found this copy at a festival in Europe at one of the record tents. I was blown away. I saw a copy of this all the way out there, but I bought it in a second, and I'm glad I did. I love this album, or this demo, I should say, and you should check it out, Horde of Torment.